Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes, we must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Help to be Biafra, consecrated nation. Oh, fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The weapons that which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of to be consecrated nation. Oh, fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our love will count our privilege. The weapons not which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of
Ladies and gentlemen, Ezinne.
Greetings, reference all over the world. My name is Ezinne, and I want to dedicate this song to my able director, Mazin Ambekano, for his love, his kindness, his faithfulness towards we the Biafrans. I say may Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless, protect him, and guide him from the eyes of our foes. I also want to appreciate my family, the great family writers. They have been wonderful through their articles. I say may Chukwu Kabiama continue to give them more intellect to write more. Thank you all.
When he spoke, the world trembles. Pastor said, it's truth indeed. Heels and chains to set me free. Heels and pens to dry my tears. We Biafrans are grateful. Father's right have showed on us. Attention for Kabiama to send in the sun. Number Kano, oh, number Kano, you are the one. Number Kano, you are the one. You are the one. Hey, number Kano, oh, number Kano, you are the one. Number Kano, you are the one. We got this.
Yes, once again, good morning, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world. I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. He will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. There is nothing the Nigerian government and her handler has not done to make sure that IPOB by now will be advertising importer, exporter, Amayanabo and Igwe on this platform. But I'm very glad that it has not happened yet. I remember when I joined IPOB newly, I said I will be watching. The way I see this Radio Biafra, very soon we will wake up one day and you hear Radio Biafra advertising Indomie, Indomie, my Indomie noodles, baba, Indomies, Indomies, delicious, abrakata, mi brakata. See, everything our people have always been doing has been for alert. You need bank alert. So when I begin to hear Mazuchi Mefo say, I will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Because if Biafra has not come and we sing Indomie or Maggie Q advert here, this campaign, most of this campaign that were built on the expense, on the blood of our people, and then the heart of this project has seen corruption. But I'm happy. He made a promise. He kept the promise. He's living by the promise. But of course, he's standing in the deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandekano. We don't try to make you see the truth. You are seeing the truth already. We've passed the era, the stage of trying to make you to see the truth. You have seen it. We're in another stage. And this stage is to make you to accept the truth. Very soon, we will make you to fight for the truth. Because this is the only thing that will sustain everything you have ever worked for, everything you have ever lived for. Because there is a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. Nobody could come out and speak for collective interests of Biafran people. Biafrans are being murdered in thousands every night. As I'm speaking to you, those in Ebonyi State now, Operation Puada has started already. They are arresting every innocent people in Ebonyi State. Terrorists call themselves Nigerian police SARS are there causing havoc. Nobody will talk about them. But then when you're one of your paid agents to undermine the restoration project dies in the hand of the same people who paid him because he could not deliver, then you come out and you start yapping. I don't want to be insultive because your problem now is that they are insultive. You are not looking at that thing that is killing you. My people will say, and by the grace of God, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo is in Delta State. Delta State is Biafra land. And without wasting much of our time, we must go ahead and appreciate the Almighty Chukwuokike Abiama. Anye na jage mau, imakwa n'eziokwu n'ịmara mma o, ịhụnanya na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anya dadi o, ịmakwa n'enwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. Our topic this morning is simple. Some of the reason they won't let you go. Some people say, oh, it's because of our oil. It's because of our oil. We agree. British government don't want us go. Because they want to continue sucking the oil, drilling the oil, stealing the oil, siphoning the oil. Because I tell you, if Biafra come 1 week, the next week, you will not hear UK again. Because when you see them gallivanting in Europe, we are world power, we are this, it's not insult. But without the resources being stolen from Africa, they don't exist. But the point is, they're trying to exist, which is okay by me. Talent of survivor. But why is it they can't allow us to exist? I think this is where our ancestors begin to have issue. They say, Billy can be live and let's live. But Britain say, no, you will not live, but I must live. This is the problem. Our topic, like I said, is simple. Some of the reason they don't want to let you go. One of the fascinating message I've received as a Christian, we were in a gathering, and a very advanced, learned man of God, knowledgeable one, I must tell you, not this one looking for tithe and offering and buying private jet. I'm talking about men of God who built free hospital to take care of the less privileged one, who built free school. I'm talking about men of God who look into the cries of the people and attend to their needs. I'm talking about wonderful pastors everywhere. Some of them are Reverend Father. I'm not talking about Reverend Father like Mbaka group of company. I'm talking about those you may not hear their name. You will not know what they've done, but somewhere what they've done will speak for them. Maybe they are not alive any longer, but in our heart, the love they were able to distribute to people will speak for them. And this man of God said to me, or rather to the class, and say, I need somebody to tell me why Satan is after human being. Because Satan was created millions or thousands of years before the creation in the Garden of Eden. Satan received position, gift, honor, position. Satan was positioned in such a way that he don't even need to battle with men. Satan was everything he could wish to. Some say that according to the Bible, it said that Satan was created from among the precious stones. The same Bible says that we were created from dust. God came and took the lowest material on earth and made man. But in the midst of the precious stone, both diamond, gold, and silver, he created Satan. Because he wanted Satan, he, God, as they said, wanted Satan to do very, 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 so much unbelievable. He was a choir master in heaven. He walked in the midst of fire. Go back to your Bible and read about Lucifer, Satan. But the point is, the man now asks, when in the Garden of Eden, God created man from the dust. Nobody loved dust. If you love dust, as a Christian, as a human being, as a Homo sapien, then I don't think you are okay. Nobody really loves dust, because dust on its own will cause sickness for you. We were created by the very substance that can cause sickness for us. Homo sapiens may be 1,000 years, but have it at the back of your mind that Satan and his agent have been in existence even 1,000 years raised to power 10 before God created us. And then he asks, why is it that with all the power, with all the assets Satan have, he goes to heaven, he comes down to here on earth, he goes to Medina, Mecca, he goes to Israel, he goes to Buddhist temple, he goes to temple Buddhist, he goes everywhere. He has access to everything he could desire. Why is he so interested in human being? And every one of us struggle to find out what he was going to see. Satan can kill all of us now. You forget about your prayer. Oh, Satan, I bind you. Oh, Satan, I lose you. Oh, Satan, I upload you. Oh, Satan, I download you. Forget about that prayer. The man you are fighting, they call Satan, have been in existence even before your father were ever born. Even before Adam and Eve of the Bible were created. I upload you, Satan, Satan, I bind you, Father, hallelujah, Father, you are praying. When I say nice, it's sorting, but I want you to reason. The man asks a simple question. With all this power God has given to Satan, what is the problem of Satan? And people said so many things. And the man of God said to us, he said, no, it is envy. It is fear of the unknown that is making Satan to do what Satan is doing. Satan could live for eternity. Most of you don't know that Satan is immortal. Satan is immortal like Jesus Christ. Most of you don't know. Jesus don't die. Satan don't die. Anytime you talk about the history of Jesus, Satan will be there. Both of them are immortal. So next time when you're telling me that God is immortal, also know that Satan is immortal. But I know Satan is not omnipresent. This is not church service anyway. But I want you to understand certain things. The reason why they won't allow us go. He says certain problem is that with every power, with every privileges the Almighty Creator has given to him, do I say him or it? She lack the ability to love. She can't love. Satan cannot love. Because even that which Satan holds dearest, he destroys. And the way you begin to ask, when you begin to find out, what is the reason they don't want us to go? Some people say, no, we can't govern ourselves. I think Macron, president of France, wrote recently and said Africa is undeveloped because African women give birth to 10, he didn't say 10, he said 6, 7, 8 children. How can somebody give birth to 7, 8 children? Go and tell the president of France that George Onyibe mother give birth to 11 children. If not for some reason, if my mother was still alive, I would have encouraged her to make us up to 70. Because I know your fears now. But you married somebody older than your mother. It's civilization. Now I see why black monkeys and baboons. Did I say monkey and baboon? Sorry, I don't want to insult you. Black chimpanzees. Sorry. What is wrong with George Onyibe? They are marrying old women to get green passport. If you will marry your teacher even when you are the age of 16, your teacher that the mother is younger than the last born of your wife is younger than, is older than you, and you're telling me civilization. Go back, pack your motor very well. Somebody say no, don't insult them, they won't give you Biafra. Make una no give us Biafra. This thing will not look for negotiation. You begin to wonder, why are they after us? Britain, come and take oil. I didn't say come and steal oil because you look as if I'm insulting you. Please come to Biafra land. There is oil in Anambra. There is oil in Benue State, Idoma land. There is oil in Kogi State, Biafra land. There is oil in Delta State. So many places. Please come and steal. Please. Our Ijo people are ready to give you oil. Come and take. I didn't say steal. Come and take. So you can maintain your economic. But no, they want you dead. Satan wants every believer dead, because one truth about the gospel or religion is that every religion acknowledges that Satan is one. Muslims know there is Satan. Buddhists know there is Satan. Even Chinese people know there is Satan. Christianity know that there is Satan. The only problem is that they are still deciding who is God. So Satan, at the end of the day, lacks the ability to love. He looks at us every day and says, these people, they're very weak, they are fragile. They have limited time here on earth. Look at how much they show love. We must take this love away from them. So why your prayer will not make Satan go away? Why your prayer will not make the Almighty Creator to destroy Satan? Is because the Almighty Creator wants you to know the truth. What am I saying in effect? Some of you have asked, they should allow Biafrans to go now. But they won't allow Biafrans to go because they are afraid. They are afraid. When you see Yoruba fighting hardly to destroy you as a Biafran, it is the fear of the unknown that drives them. When you see Hausa fighting, it's not because you've committed any crime. It is the fear of the unknown. The same way when Satan is fighting you, Satan simply don't understand why mortal men and women like you will stand to defend the Almighty Creator who have given you limited time and given it the entity very long time. They can't understand it. Now let's look at some of these things you don't understand. And that man of God told me, Satan battles men because Satan do not have the capability. Satan don't have the capacity to love. But you can love. You can love. And they tell you, don't love, don't love, don't love. You don't love your women. And then everybody is loving your women. Even Fulani dogs in Italy and others are loving your women. They say, don't love, don't love. He said, no, it's not good for you, don't love. But the greatest weapon against Satan is Satan don't know what it means to love. Just like in the old days, the Egyptians will not allow the Israelites to go. They said to the Israelites, don't go, you must remain here, you must remain here. We can increase your welfare package. Why is Egypt of the old very, very working very, very hard to make sure that Israelites of the old remain in Egypt? But the Israelites of the old knew the truth that I want you to know. They say, no, we must go. We must walk into the wilderness. We must worship Chiko Kikabiama. Then you can call him Elohim. That is your business. When you bring scholars across lines of what do they call them? Religious men and women. All of them will give you their own point of view. But that is not where we are going to. The same thing happened. Oh, we won't allow you go. Remain here. Remain here. Now, instead of them to say, okay, let's bargain, what they decided to do is to destroy the Israelites. And Pharaoh said, now it looks like these people are very lazy. That is why they are telling me that they want to go. Now I'm telling you, oh, tax labor, master, slavery, colonial terrorists, a group of Lulak and all of them. You must increase their labor. You must subdue them. You must destroy them. You must hammer them. You must finish them. Because if they are working very hard, they will not be telling you that you want to go. And the Bible says that they made the children of Israel to labor with rigor in the land of Egypt. Today we say we want to go as IPOB. They say, no, you can't allow them to go. It's because you have been keeping them quiet so much. Make them terrorists, make them Tulandis, and everybody is jumping up and down and say, find out what is the problem of these people. Is the right to self-determination a crime, a terrorism crime against humanity? The way many countries in the world are fighting and struggling to destroy IPOB, they are not struggling or fighting to destroy Hezbollah, Boko Haram, Miati Allah, Allah Miati. I need you to reason. I don't want to insult you, because some of you don't like insult. You know, you are very holy, very righteous. When I insult you now and tell you that you are a monkey and babu and thunder will fire you, you just log out and say, bullshit, man. Don't bullshit. This is Atoro shit. Or bullshit. Or Atoro shit. So I'm not insulting you. Please, my dear. Please, my dear. I was properly trained in the gentleman conduct. I schooled in London. I know what it means to be a gentleman. Properly indoctrinated in the gentleman conduct. But let me not digress further. The same way, the British government, the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Yorubas, they know this truth. But if they make you see that you are important, they will kill you. So you are Biafran anywhere around the globe. I want you to find out this truth. There is a record from FBI. They were talking about full-blooded Biafrans. You know, when they call Biafrans, they talk Igbo. You are Ibibio, you are Enam, you are Ibibio, Efik, Enam, Eka, you are from Izon, you are from Obobra, Ugeb, you are from Tinapa, you are from Calabar, you are from Otolubu, Akomazi, Owere, Umocha, you are from Mbitorumbi, Sembano, you are from. What is the name of all these communities? So many. Amando Bankuri. I love Amandoba. If you are from Amandoba, I love your name. I need very horrific name where you call it or Natrajomo. You are from any of this community. You are Biafra. Urobo Shekiri. But they will tell you, no, you are not Biafra. You are not Biafra. Let me hasten up and try to make you understand the point I'm driving to. FBI, I don't know who is FBI, honestly. But I know that they have record of the following data. They have data of the following issue so that you will understand. One of the issues they have is that they said the first black vice chancellor in the University of Ibadan was an Igbo man. His name is Professor Kenneth Dike. Professor Kenneth Dike, Igbo man. When you telling me Yorubas are intellectual, understand that the first university in Oduduwa land, university planted by the terrorist invaders, the first university in the zoo called Nigeria, the first vice chancellor is Igbo man. His name is Professor Kenneth Dike. Go and Google FBI set data. You will understand what I'm saying. He's Igbo man. but they've destroyed him, because most of you don't know. Somebody called me and say, oh, do you know Yoruba went to school? Where were Yoruba when you have a professor already, when there is no Yoruba person capable of managing the university in Yoruba land? But they have to tell Igbo man, please, Igbo man, biko bia Yerumaka, Joel Shanumi Oluwa. They have to beg you, halala, hilala, bakar misi hilala. Come and help us build our school here, man. So when they envy you, when they bamboozle you, when they manipulate you, when they metronize you, when they mechanize you, and judicize you, and corruptionize you, to believe you are lower than them. Understand they are Satan. These are children of Satan. The same way Satan is fighting. Satan can live all life. Satan was there when my father, grandfather was born. Satan is still there when my grandchildren will be born. What is he afraid of? Let me hurry up, because I've spent so much time trying to talk. I'm not really talking about. Number 2, the first vice chancellor of the University of Lagos was an Igbo man. His name is Professor Eni Njoko. Today, your children as a Biafra in the zoo, almighty zoo called Nigeria, cannot go to University of Lagos without speaking Yoruba language. Or maybe they had to be a Yoruba language. It's not an issue. Your issue is IPOB. Did I insult you? Did I say so? Sorry. I'm trying to awaken, rouse your curiosity anyway. So when you are a Biafra anywhere in the world, you're talking about Lagos State University, go to your set. Do they call it Cyclopedia or Pediasaclo? Go there, you see Yoruba people. They will delete the name of Eni Njoko. Akwa Ibom answer Eni. And Igbo answer Njoko. Most especially from the association of Ikwere, who say they are not Igbo. And then somewhere along the line, something is wrong. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that Ikwere and Akwa Ibom gave birth to the man that is the first vice chancellor of the University of Lagos? These are the truths they will never tell. So when you wonder why wouldn't they allow Biafrans to go? I'm just trying to give you. I went into FBI profile to bring up these informations for you. The first Nigerian rector of the then Yoruba College of Technology was also known as Igbo man. But you don't know. Yoruba College of Technology. Go and find out the first Yoruba College of Technology. It's an Igbo man. Igbo didn't go to school. Oh. Yoruba told you Igbo didn't go to school. That is why you have Yoruba working with British government. What do they call shell? Shell Dutch. Yorubas are everywhere. Of course, when the name Igbo is used, every Biafran is included. But let's limit it to the way you are. Anyhow you want to reason it. They won't tell you this. Number 4. The first Nigerian professor of mathematics was Igbo man. What is the name of this Igbo man? Chika Obi. Chika Obi. Now, let me give you a secret. Some people say, no, don't talk about your family. Don't talk about yourself. Martin Nandekanu say, I will sacrifice my family. And then if he will sacrifice his family and is living up to it, the palace of Afari Beku have been disseminated by people who want oil pipeline, security, and the rest. Why won't I say it? I am an economics. I studied economics in the University of Port Harcourt. I no go school. I had a block mother. Mad people. Did I say mad people? Forgive me, please. Sorry. I didn't go to school. I'm a conductor in Oju Eleba, hitting every morning. I go studio. Mad people. Who cares? I want you to understand why Satan will never allow you to go. Satan have been here before we came. Satan refused to allow us to go. British government was there before we came. British government refused to allow us to go. I want you to apply your wisdom to reasoning. Number 5. The man who solved format last theory, he was followed by another Igbo man named Professor James Ezilu, professor of differential calculations and the founder of Ezilu Constant. He's Igbo man. He's Igbo man. So when you are telling me you are Igbo man, you are landlocked, you are riverland, you are bottom lock, you are out top of law, Go back to FBI record for Igbo, unusual Igbo man. I'm not talking about Igbo man like Iruanya. I'm not talking about Igbo man like Asare Dokubo. I'm talking about Igbo man, renowned Igbo man and Nayamos. I'm not talking about people like that. Governors of the zoo. I'm not, did I say they are zoo? Sorry. I'm not talking about governors of zoo. The first Nigerian professor of history was an Igbo man, Professor Kenneth Dike, who also became the first black vice chancellor of the University of Ibadan. I didn't say University of Enugu. I didn't say University of Port Harcourt. When Yoruba man comes your side and tell you we are intellectual, tell the Yoruba man that the first vice chancellor, the first very professor of history, who should have told you the history, is an Igbo man. University of Ibadan. Now you know why people like George Onyibe, who is a common black model and a conductor and a miscreant and cryptian, is giving you the history. It is because I met with people like Professor of History, DK Igbo man. And now you know what you don't know. So I beg you, leave the insult alone. The insult have a role to play. Leave all this here yapping. I'm talking to Biafrans now. Leave all this join the queue. Look for POB family nearest to you. You people don't know what we will do to you. When we are done with you, you will know how useless the nuclear warheads are. So people say, oh, we have weapon, we will kill them overnight. The next Biafra war, as they always say to blackmail us, it will not be war. It will be the next misery Biafra, the next Biafra misery, because you can't explain it. The first Nigerian professor of botany was Igbo man, Professor Eni Njoko, like I said before. He went on to become the first vice chancellor of the University of Lagos. Those of you who are teaching your children to speak Yoruba language so they can be educated in Yoruba University in Lagos, understand that the person who started the university in Lagos is Igbo man. But you don't know. The first Nigerian professor of anatomy and physiology is Chike Edoziem, an Igbo man who also is the current Obi of Asaba. Obi of Asaba was the first physiological professor known by black chimpanzee. Sorry, it's not black chimpanzee. I mean black Homo sapiens. He's from Asaba, but you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Last night, I spent time with some of my Biafran brother. We were looking at people from the Edo Igbo, Delta Biafra, Edo Biafra. And we were trying to scrutinize those Edo Biafrans, Delta Biafrans, who actually had sense. We have made many people, even in Buhari cabinet, MFA. The rest of them, I won't call their name because they will shut their bank or their business down. I won't call their name. All these people are from Delta. We are trying to find out who they really are. Maybe the Hebrew family. When you hear about Hebrew family, some people say, hey, they are upland and riverland. Who told you that? Hebrew family is from Okwane. Hebrew family is from Okwane, Okodenane. But you wouldn't know. But I won't mention their name. I don't want to put them in trouble because I mentioned their name now. They are in pepper soup. The first Nigerian professor of physics was Professor Okoye, an Igbo man who became a professor of physics at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA in 1960. But they will never tell you. Yoruba Gota media will never tell you. How dare they tell you that Igbo man is the first? Oh, no, they won't tell you. They want you to believe that. Oh, no. Don't go there. Igbos didn't go to school. Igbos are doing buying and selling. He was followed by the like of Professor Alexander Anomalu, who has been nominated for the Nobel Prize of Physics 3 times in research in intermediate quantum physics, in nuclear physics and chemistry. Go to University of Nsukka. Before the so-called Nigerian war, genocidal war, Nsukka University was allowed to bring up students of elect and the rest of it, physics, macrophysics, physics, macro. But go there now. All the university in the zoo in Biafra land, the only thing the zoo and British government will allow Biafra students to study is how to cook. Professor Ofemano, Professor what is this soup? Professor Ufako. All our children from Biafra land, schooling in Biafra land, could only study Professor Ofenko. How do they pronounce it? Pardon me, please. Ufako, Professor Ufako, Professor Ofemano, Professor Ofe Tore. That is why you see them there in Biafra land. They want you to go to Awosa at Professor Amadu Bello University, Professor Buhari University. Shebi Buhari wife, I've told you that he's going to build the university to honor his husband, his late husband who buried in Saudi Arabia. You don't understand. Again, another Igbo man, Professor Frank Ndile, who gained a PhD in his early 20s at Cambridge University in nuclear physics, chemistry in the early 60s. This young man from Asaba had made third class in physics and mathematics at the then University College in Ibadan in the early 50s. So where is Yoruba people? So when you are from Niger Delta Niger, you are telling me, hey, Igbo people change our name. Igbo people, Igbo now. Where were you? You answer Ikwere, for instance, now. You see somebody from River State, property of Harcourt, telling you that our anger is that Igbo people were the one who wrote our name. That is why they put Umokoro instead of Rumokoro. I agree. Why didn't you go to school? The query extraction of Igbo Biafrans in Niger Delta, the first graduate is Obiwane. So where was Obiwane? But my father told me that when the terrorists invaded our land, they needed somebody who could speak English, who could speak Portuguese, who could speak French, who could speak Chakinchan, who could speak Arabic, who could speak to communicate to the people. There was nobody available except the Igbo man. My problem is when I see Igbo man today, anywhere I go, I see Igbo man, I will give you 20,000 slap. I will slap you till you faint. Come to stupor. Why is it you don't conquer this Asari village? That's why we will not be talking today. Did I say Asari? Sorry. I don't want to mention it. Igbo refuse to conquer anybody. That is why people don't respect you. Because every Igbo anywhere are not Igbo. There are Igbo with a Yoruba and Hausa blood. But we are taking time to separate the wheat from the chaff. They will know when the time comes. They will know. I have news. We have studios across Biafra land. So people come from Ikwere studio and tell me, hey, I am a Honda. A Honda is the son of Nadandara. Nadandara is the son of yes, I present news in Ikwere. Nothing like Ikwere. Because when these terrorists invaded our land, nobody could speak their land. I don't know what is wrong with this Igbo. They can speak China. Je vis bien merci. Qu'est-ce que c'est ton blanc? Je vis Nigeria, j'habite à Biafra land. I don't know what is wrong with Biafran. Speaking English, speaking French, speaking Vesbourgeois, so there were always Igbo man there to interpret on your behalf. But they call Igbo man, Ikwere man, as they call it today, and say, oh, I want to be this, I want to be this. They need Igbo man to interpret for them. You are not appreciating them for it. Of course, you are Igbo. You tell the Igbo man, hey, tell them I agree. It got to a stage, the Igbo man say, why is the Heroha, the Ever Kingdom people always saying I agree? They called you Ikwere. He said, Ikwere, one on Pama. Ibu only Ikwere, Ibu only Ever, Ibu Aparation. You are the standard of Apara. You are insulting people. No, sorry. I don't want to insult you. Sorry. I apologize. Let's move on. Sorry. Did that sound uncivilized? Are you telling me that I served on sorry, please, sorry, but we must continue. Social science, demography, and statistic research into population study. Again, another Igbo man, Professor Okonjo, who set up the first center for population research in Ibadan in the early 60s. A double PhD holder in mathematics and economics, but they won't tell you this. Today, since I was born, they tell me the population of Nigerians are 1.8 million. Now I am an old man, a grandfather with walking stick. Population of Nigeria is still 1.8 million because they boycotted this professor. I'm trying to hasten up. Professor G.D. Ukafo, who became a professor of philosophy at the Amtress College in USA. Amtress College in USA. If I can't pronounce it well, don't blame me. There are things I cannot pronounce correctly because of my intonation. So in case you are there in USA and there is a place called Amtress, Torotoro, USA, please forgive me. But let me spell it so you can go and pronounce it according to your language. The name of this very place is AMHERST College in USA. In 1953, go there. An economics there is a Biafra. We are chimpanzees. We are civilized. We should have. When you are anybody and you're telling us how to approach this, you are very hopeless. Our forefathers and father before them have tried to be appeased. Politics of appease is what have kept us where we are. You know, if I were from Yoruba, we say Usibanjo, a leading Christian church pastor, is a liar. That is why when he want to say something to demand, to undermine the Biafra restoration project, he begin to say, I can't say, I tell you the truth. There are mad people. Should I back you? If I back you now, they say this guy don't respect people. I back you. Go to the grave, I must tell you. The person say, no, Onyibe, be civilized, be civilized. Beg British government, beg them, beg invaders, beg them. I'm going to beg Yoruba people, please. I'm going to beg all these Yoruba people taking over your brain. I will beg Hausa people killing and raping your people. I will beg them, please forgive me. Please, did I insult anybody? Forgive me. It's not intentional. Dr. Pius Okibu, who became the first vice chancellor and professor of economics in the University of London in 1954, go to FEIB and find out. So when you are telling they are killing us, they don't want us to go. They fear that which they cannot understand. He's also the first Nigerian PhD in economics, theology, and theological research, Professor Njako. But you don't know. Now, let me say it once again. I won't tell you my name. In the University of Port Harcourt, I studied economics. As an economics student, my intention is not to become an economist. I wanted to be a chartered accountant because I know one day I will be old. When Biafra students refuse to rise up and do what they ought to do, and then when I'm old, I can do very little. But make no mistake about it. I have decimated bomb to kill myself because I will never allow myself to be humble before Hausa and Yoruba or any terrorist. I studied something I won't tell you today. One day I will tell you. In every of my write-up in Facebook, there are typographic error. People judge me by then. But one day you will know the truth of what you've not been told. These are miscreant. Do you know what we studied? You are very hopeless. I go and you go without apology. Sorry, I don't intend to get to this level. Please. But I want you to see the truth. I went to Uniport. I studied economics. That was when I noticed that people like Alesoti came out in Uniport, River State, Iguacha, Biafra land, in golden color. What did I call his name? This Arochukwu man, Alesoti, in economics, scored unbelievable mark. Alesoti, at the end of the day, went back and worked with Yoruba company known as First Bank. Most of you don't know that First Bank you see today is Oxford Bank, Stanford Bank, British government bank. Alesoti worked. Yoruba fought nail and tooth and nail to remove Alesoti. They couldn't succeed. They promoted him to a position in banking sector known as, what do they call them? Banking officer. The moment as an economic, did I say economic? The moment as you are a banker, you are promoted to, what did I call it? They say, oh, you have been promoted to banking officer. That means they want to cripple you. You cannot go beyond that. There is no Igbo man, Igbo Biafran. When I mean Igbo Biafran, all of them, FK, Bibio, Enyami, Robo, Isekiri, Abo, nobody can cross that boundary. But Alesoti crossed that boundary. Alesoti was siphoned, was meticulously and properly documented and placed there. He became a banking officer in First Bank. But Alesoti knew the truth. He said, no, I can't be here. He moved on to Diamond Bank. Have they not changed the name of Diamond Bank to Yoruba Bank? Is it Access Bank now in the era? I'm not telling you Alesoti is my friend, because I'm talking to you now. I work for Alesoti in Angwa land, in Aruchuku. Alesoti and his group of engineers are owing me over 3 million. They will pay me somewhere along the line. Do you know Alesoti marry Niger Delta from Calabari? There is, I won't mention their name because I will deal with them with the tackle, because at the moment I'm holding microphone for record purpose. Keep it back. As an economic student, because we read something when we came, you have to go to Yoruba to be endorsed. I said, okay, I will be old one day. And when I'm old, I want to run a company that will enable me answer my father's name. And I decided to become a chartered accountant. So maybe I will be doing auditing for different companies. And at the end of my study in University of Port Harcourt, they told me that I cannot be a chartered accountant until I go to Akintola Williams. Ara bam, ara bam, ara bam. I won't digress further. Hold that one for now. I will feed you later. You're saying you're miscreant here. Do you know me? Do you know me? Do you know me? When I cry now, somebody say, don't cry. You show weakness. I am crying because I will thunder fire you. Amadio, I will fire you. Did you hear the sound of the hissing? I'm not crying because I'm weak. I'm crying because I'm tired of being strong. There's so many lists of Igbo people who have achieved first. So many. What about the first Nigerian professor of medicine? Professor Kodini. He was appointed as a professor of medicine at the University of London in 1952. He later became the vice chancellor of the University of Nigeria in Soka after the war. Yoruba Guta Media will not tell you this. What about astronomy? Again, another Igbo man was the first professor of astronomy. They won't tell you. Professor Njoko, he was the first to earn the double PhD astronomy at mathematics. Number 16, Professor of Science, Demographic and Statistically Research in Population. He studied studies. Again, another Igbo man, Professor Njoko, set up the first Center for Population Research in Ibadan in the early 60s after double PhD in mathematics and economics. Philosophy Professor G.D. Okafor, who became professor of philosophy at the Amsterdam College in USA, 1953. He studied economics. Do you know why I studied economics? Because I understand when I become an economics student, one of our slogans is economics rule the world. Economics rule the world. I wanted to rule the world. But I have to go. At the end of all this study, I didn't sleep. People are saying, oh, Judge Onyibe is not resting. I didn't start it today. I didn't start it because of IPOB. As who I was before who I became. I said, let me go and study economics. You know, in Nigerian zoo economic session, when you study economics, you need 1 year to go to, when you study, what did I say? Economics. Then you spend 1 year in Chartered Institute. You become a chartered accountant. And so I saw, okay, now if I spend this year as an economic student, I will need to go and sacrifice 1 year in any institute to become a chartered accountant. And then I went to school, but I did research further, only for me to graduate as economic student with PhD. I went back to join Nigerian Chartered Accountant Institute. When I got there, you say you must go to Akintola Williams. And then I become nervous. Why can't I go to Ikechukwu Onoha Institute of Accountant? Why can't I go to Obiano, Obi Anoman, Obi Monkey and Babu? I couldn't go there. I was so humiliated. This, I'm telling you, is 2008. Go and Google it. You may not be able to find me. It's not my fault. I schooled in University of Port Harcourt. I'm not talking about University of Benin, Onyibe. I'm not talking about, and I'm not telling you to make me look as I'm relevant. I'm a block model on the ara. You are there looking at the typographic error and the aerographic typing in my Facebook. Very big. Did I saw them? Sorry. Holy Ghost fire. The ara. He is also the first Nigerian PhD in economic and technology research, Professor Joshua, who became the first Nigerian NPhD in theology from Queen's University, Belfast in Ireland. I've not been there anyway. He was appointed as a professor of theology at University of College, Zamfara, 1952. The Nigerian University Commission, NUC, has a record of the state with the highest number of professors in Nigeria. And at 2014, the state in Imo State, you can go to this commission and verify. Anambra State was the first in WAEC Unit School Entrance Examination, NECO, Presidential Database in 2013, 2014, and 2015. Anambra State people, ndị agụrụ akwụkwọ, iwu onye Anambra, biko bụkwa onye Anambra, ndị Anambra 3 years, they told you they are not Zamfara State, but they won't tell you this. Therefore, whenever people address you as you are Igbo man, as mere trader, keke na pe rider, they tell you, oh, you are doing buying and selling. Yoruba hold the microphone when it comes to Nigeria. But we are holding this microphone. If you see my microphone, as I talk to you now, my microphone, if you hear sound for the background of this record, don't be my photo generator. My microphone, the car generator. Are they inside cage? Are they inside seed room? Make you hear the sound of it. But you dey hear them because nobody want to sponsor what I'm doing. So when Yoruba tell you, everybody didn't go to school, they are buying, tell them you are not buying and selling. You are not buying and selling. They will never tell you this truth. But I'm happy that there are conscious people across the globe. That is why when we come on air everywhere, we say, I greet you, conscious people. There are conscious people. They are taking notice. What they want to know is, are you really ready to go? No amount of hatred can change the blessing of God from our life. But instead of acknowledging the fact, you talk down on us even more. We want to go home. We want to go. That's all that you know. Anyhow you talk, you must understand. Let me draw the curtain so you can be able to call. Biafra is our only hope without apology. You will know very soon. I'll be back in a minute.
Biafra is our only home. It is our only home. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra. We must always strive to do what we have to do to restore Biafra back, hope of our children. Oh, Biafra is our only hope. Is our only hope, Biafra.
Yes, at this moment our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. I repeat again, our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 070-815-45642. For the last time, our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. For the last time, our direct line is 070-081-221-52971. For the avoidance of that, special number dedicated to the female is 081 288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. I will be back in a minute. Yes, sir. Caller on the line. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. Can you hear me? Good morning, my brother. Go ahead, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Lord Onyibe, this is Lord Orie on the line.
Are you telling me you are Lord Lugard calling my line this morning? Are you Lugard or Lord Theresa May?
This is not Lord Lugard. We are
Lord. Say I'm Lord Biafra. And then I will understand. Are you a Lord Biafra? Then go ahead, please. The word is listening. If I insult you now, they will say, Indiana in the mano, Indiana in the mano. Mana wana eche ihe nerina nkata. They're not looking at what is eating the bottom of the big tree. Go ahead, my brother. Please, before you go on, I must talk to the people on Facebook platform. Please, Facebook is threatening to cut me off, and I will add them. So if you are on Facebook as I speak to you, I'm going to come back again, man. Facebook is in Nigeria is controlled by Yoruba people. I'm going to come back. So don't go anywhere because I will reconnect you. Go ahead, please, my brother.
Land in Lagos. Okay, I am calling from Izzi in Abakaliki Ebonyi State, Biafra land. What I am trying to tell our people is that there are so many reasons why the Hausa Fulani, the Yoruba, the Europeans, Britain in particular, hate us. Because they know we are unique people. They know we are blessed people. So they wouldn't want Biafra to come because of this. So they know with Biafra, Africa, the black race in particular, will be liberated. And we are not stopping because we are blessed people. We are men of destiny, men and women of destiny. So please allow me to speak to my people.
Speak the language of heaven, my brother, and move ahead.
Ibanye Evambo Ima Ngode Ore Bonyi Ishi La Bakalike Ebonyi Nole Ali Biafra. Ibanye Togono Mal Le Biafra Bonkanye. Ekilo Babo Nole Ubude Quincy Ke Nigeria. Ubudo Komo Ku Nigeria. Ni Nole Ale Bonyi ni Nole Abakalike province Ke Ali Biafra. Togono Mal Le Biafra Bonkanye. Biafra Bonkanye. We take a Biafra, then Nigeria will hope that Nigeria in Nabu would Okomondo Jacker. But I really locomotive, Okomodo, Nigeria, Okomondo Jacker, Rumuke. Only Chineka had to log by rock. Chineka had to by rock. We talk about the whole the kind of Biafra go to and Nigeria, that worked. We would Okomodo increase. I know you up. Please, I have to go now.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue, and there is nothing any of them can do. They can go ahead and do what they do need to do. My own brother told me, the reason why Yoruba are the head of the affair is that we didn't go to school. And I told my brother, do I need to come and tell the world that I have almost 10 PhD so I can be respected? But it's not their fault anyway. Can you hear me call on WhatsApp?
Yeah, I can hear you, Master George.
Go ahead, please. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is